One Team, One Podcast back, episode 124. I think that's right. 124.
124.
We got Jack is here with his good mic this time.
Yeah.
Charlie's in the house as well. And
Right.
we're currently watching football. It's on a Thursday night.
Mhm.
We already have a few bets that I'm sweating for sure. And it looks like Tennessee just scored. So we're well on our way.
I told you it was a kickoff return. I was just guessing. It was they actually got an interception on the first play of the game, and then very next play scored a touchdown.
Okay.
So yeah, 7-0.
That's a good start. I need it. I need all the points I can get for 35 fucking points.
Wales, big for you.
Yes, it's a 35 pointer, 35 unit selection by Superwell Megamax.
Did you put 35 units on it?
I did not. I put a half unit.
I don't really gamble. I like to talk about gambling and I like giving picks and stuff, but I don't like to put money on it.
So I have a few picks tonight. First of all, I'm going to be sweating this one all night. I just feel it. I have West Virginia plus 7.5. I'm riding the JT Daniels train. I don't know if that's going to work out for me, but I know I'm going to be sweating it. Everybody's picking Pitt, and I'm like, ugh. Anyway, I'll be doing that one. I got Purdue plus 3.5 later against Penn State. It's a home dog. I love it.
I didn't get the hook.
Plus 3.5.
Plus 3.
Okay, I got the plus 3.5 early, but then also I have my go against my gut pick of the week. We started that last week.
Right.
Missouri minus 19.5 against La Tech, and that number has been climbing. I think it's 20.5 now, so I feel a little bit better about that one too. But my gut was Louisiana Tech was going to cover that shit all day long, so I'm going against my gut. And then I think I might play, depending on how much money I have, I might play Fresno State minus 41 against Cal Poly later tonight. That's like that night game to make up all your money that you lost.
Yeah.
I love those.
I generally just am not gonna bet on a game with Cal Poly in it. Any team like that.
Fresno. I've done my research. Fresno State's returning their quarterback. They beat Cal Poly last year at Cal Poly 63-10.
Oh, at Cal Poly.
Now we're at Fresno, 41 points. I'm taking it.
Why the fuck did they play at Cal Poly?
I don't know. But I'll
any team that I don't know a single player on the team, not gonna bet the game.
I hear you. It's free money, but whatever.
It's not free money.
All right, so
Virginia already punted.
Oh fuck. All right, so I am leaving tomorrow for New Orleans.
Wow.
Staying there Friday through, and we're coming back on Monday, so I'll be there the entire weekend. I'm taking it all in. When are y'all going at all?
Nope.
Charlie's going. You're not
going.
Right. Okay.
Unless someone decides to give me a free ticket, and then I'll go. But
Okay.
other than that, the fucking tickets are like, if you want to,
you had to get in there early. Yeah.
$350. So
sold out game.
So probably not going. No.
Yeah. I know Will and Zach will be there. I think Tate's going too. But I have the backpack ready for Will, and I told him to have a good day at school. I gave him the backpack. He's got all of his mics in there, ready to go. So I'll be meeting them out there this weekend. But okay, so any new thoughts since our last podcast episode was how much are we going to beat Florida State by, or how bad will we beat Florida State was the name of the episode.
Right.
Is there any thoughts on your score prediction that's changed from last week to this week? Are you any different now? Just thinking about things and doing a little bit more homework?
No. I mean,
you were 27-23 last week, right?
Yeah. I'm right about there still. I think there's definitely like a part of me that is leaning in a direction where I'm realizing that if our offensive line is like not just average, if that's a good offensive line, then we're gonna be like top 5 team in the country.
Oof.
I mean, do you disagree?
Top 5 team in the country?
If we have a good offensive line,
you're talking average or decently good?
I'm saying like good, like if they are good.
If we have a really good, good or a really
Like,
good.
I'm talking like a top 4 offensive line in the SEC.
That's not happening. We're like
Yeah.
we're gonna be
I
like
agree,
6.
I agree, but like I don't think it's gonna happen.
You're just
either.
saying maybe hypothetically, maybe.
Talent-wise, it's possible, right? Don't we agree?
Yeah. Yeah.
And with the
Yeah.
coaching staff that we have, like with Denbrock and Kelly, I mean, those are
That's what
offensive
I was
line
gonna
guys.
say.
For sure.
If
I think
good offensive line, we're a top 5 team in the country.
Well, here's what I was going to say a little bit was offensive line wise. And it's actually the video that you had sent out. I think you tweeted it out, Jack, where the guy was like cutting up film a little bit.
Oh,
It was a
yeah,
Florida
yeah.
State guy. I think it was a 247 Florida State guy.
Yeah, I didn't realize it. So when I
So
on that initially, I didn't realize it was like a 247 guy, so I wasn't expecting like professionalism in it or anything.
Oh, right.
Being like a very professional and like
Oh, it's great. But I love how they went back to
So
Denbrock and Cincinnati and Ritter.
Yeah.
Ritter and comparing Ritter to
Jake
Daniels a little bit and maybe how they're going to run the ball. I like seeing that because I think that with Brian Kelly and Denbrock, even if we don't have a good offensive line, we're still going to be able to run the ball. And that's what's different than anything that we are ever been used to. If we had a bad offensive line, we were not going to be able to run the ball. Last 2 coaches we had, it just didn't happen. We were trying to fit a square peg through a round hole. This time, I think we have guys that are creative enough to kind of move some things around.
That's where I was getting at. I read a couple of the players talking about how this is like the most in-depth analysis and game plan that they've ever seen at LSU. And so that actually changed my mindset about it because what I was going to say on Sunday was I was thinking like, depending on what game plan we're going with, this could be really, really, really good. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm going to change my score prediction to probably like 32 to 10, 32 to 12.
Where were you?
I was at 28.
So. Like weird numbers.
Yeah, I know. I'm going for a scoregami here.
You were at 28 to 12?
I was 28 to 12.
Okay, so now you're 33 to 12?
I'm like 32, 34.
32.
I think the scoring opens up a little bit more than I thought.
Okay. See, I feel like I'm being conservative with the offensive score, but like I think I was closer. I don't know where I was last week. I think it had like 27 to 13 or 27 16.
10?
That's where I'm at now. Is I think our defensive line completely shuts them down.
Sunday too, I think 27.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I haven't changed at all. So 27 to 10, and I think if I took the I haven't posted the One Team One podcast video yet, but I think if I took all of our cumulative scores, it came out to like 27-16.
That's bad.
If we took an average of everybody's, and Zach was the crazy one. Zach was like, I actually had to text Zach on the side and say, "Are you okay? Like, I don't know what's wrong with you."
I was almost just like, is he even following the deal? Like,
yeah,
is he even following this shit? Like,
so he is he's not happy about things right now. He thinks that we're we're not a cohesive team. I honestly think Zach is still upset about the Miles Brennan thing. Yeah.
I was about to say, I feel like Zach might have a pretty good
taking it hard. He's taking it hard right now.
Why is he taking it on defense?
I think he just thinks that maybe the coaching staff doesn't have the team together. And so he actually, at one time, he actually had a score that I'm not even going to say. And then he said, "Oh, no, for your graphic, do this. 35-34 LSU."
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, oof. Yeah, you're upset. You need to take a lap.
I was like, Zach's either very disgruntled or he has his pulse on something else that nobody's seeing.
I don't know. I'm hoping he's dead wrong. So it was shocking.
Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and ignore that on this podcast.
So anyway, even with Zach's crazy ass score, it still ended up 27-16. So
And I feel like that's a pretty accurate like average score for what people think's going to happen.
That sounds pretty good, honestly.
yeah, I do. I agree. I think that is pretty good.
I'd be plenty happy with a double-digit win here, right?
I would. Yeah.
It looks close enough to be competitive, but if like it also feels big enough to be like a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I honestly, I know I tweeted this too, but like I just keep getting those Miami vibes, the 2018 Miami vibes in this game. Like ACC team coming in. There's not as much hype around Florida State
they're
as
not
there
a
was
top
for
10
Miami
team.
then, and we don't have as much hype around us either. I don't think as we did even in
We didn't have very much
2018.
that year either.
No, but I think we were ranked at least.
25th, and we're
Yeah.
25th right now. So.
You're right. You're right. But the mauling that we did against them in that first half, and it wasn't really a contest. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And it's in the Superdome. I just think that there's too many things going against Florida State in this one.
Somebody's got to look up LSU's record in the Superdome, because I feel like the only loss I've seen in the Superdome is the Alabama National Championship.
We don't talk about that game.
Remember that
What game?
Yeah, and I think we've lost against Tulane a long time ago.
Oh, actually, I forgot about the Tulane games. Okay, so all right. Well,
it might be like 81-ish, something like that. It was crazy years. But other than that, oh no, Sugar Bowls against Nebraska, we lost a couple of those, or at least one. I'd have to look that up too. But
Illinois, we beat Notre Dame. I think that's it.
Georgia Tech.
No, that was in the Peach Bowl.
Oh, that was Peach Bowl.
Yeah,
my bad.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a home game for us.
Yeah.
I mean, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but
call a spade a spade.
Exactly. All right, before we get into it anymore, do a quick sponsor read. Bank of England Mortgage. They're our audio sponsor for all of our audio podcasts. BOESouthernstates.com. That's the Baton Rouge office. Is Patrick Michelson over there, good friend of mine. Call Patrick at 225-810-1805 and use their Fast App feature online to apply and let them find the best options for you. Call Patrick Michelson at 225-810-1805. We love Bank of England Mortgage, good sponsor of ours. Also, River City's Total Maintenance.
Sorry.
Since 1980, serving the New Orleans and North Shore area, Lucas Ragusa. We love Lucas. They are a factory authorized carrier dealer, and in 2022 voted the best AC repair services in New Orleans. Go to NOLA-AC.com and schedule your appointment, or call 504-841-3300. Okay, so I know we had some news today. Charlie, you had a recruiting update, correct?
Recruiting update. 5-star offensive tackle Zalance Hurd commits to LSU, and 247 pulls some of their bullshit and pulls his 5-star.
All right, so Zalance Hurd, he was the tackle with Will Campbell at Neville. And so now they'll both be tackles again at LSU. There's something about those North Louisiana offensive tackles.
Yeah, Cam Robinson, even though he didn't stay. Well, you also got West Monroe boy and good old
Andrew Whitworth. You had a couple of West Monroe guys back then. Brad Smalling was another guy.
Yeah.
That guy was literally 6'9", 350 out of high school. Brad Smalling. He was in the same class with him, and Andrew Whitworth were on the same offensive line
2001
in
class?
high school. Unbelievable. Yeah, so I love North Louisiana offensive linemen for sure. And I think, Jack, you had tweeted something about OLU, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was honestly, I don't want to be held to that, but yeah, I just
you did it.
No, I know, but it's I definitely think things are trending very, very nicely right now, huh?
Yeah, and I think kind of like what we were talking about last week, which is you have a guy like Brian Kelly that knows how to put together offensive linemen. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it, but Mike Denbrock has been a part of him and his staff for a while, so I think adding that and then adding Frank Wilson, I think you got like a pretty good combo there for in the trenches. And defensive line, we already see even right now like how deep we are at the defensive line. You just keep stacking guys in there. I think they understand winning at the line of scrimmage is how to win in the SEC. So I'm super pumped about our recruiting right now. No doubt. Like going into the season too, I don't remember. I think this is all with the new signing classes and how you the early signing period and all that.
How you recruit with NIL.
Yeah, for sure, but also like some of these kids just want to get it over with before their high school seasons get started. It's weird to have a guy like this commit like game week of your first game. Like I just don't remember that ever happening. A lot of these guys would just sit and wait forever, but that gives you a lot of momentum, I think, for the team. I never thought about that as like a benefit for early signing period was how it was going to affect like momentum for your actual team play. I feel like that could even happen now. Is like you get a couple of like big recruits during the season, and all of a sudden people get a little bit pumped up, maybe in the locker room. I don't know how that works, but like
I think
these guys know. I think the guys on the team know what's going on, right? Like I just feel like it gets everybody a little bit more fired up, maybe.
I think it's a coaching staff firing up thing where like they see like them being on the road 24/7 for like 4 or 5 months,
paid off.
It's paying off, and so they're gonna have a little bit more juice at practice. Practice is going to be a little bit more pump, a little bit more like just popping. You know what I mean?
Are we gonna have another hype video tomorrow? You think?
Hopefully,
so Friday.
I pray.
So we had a hype video. What
those hype videos
this morning?
I think so. Yeah.
Not really even a hype video.
It wasn't. So I heard about it. It was actually a recruiting video. So it was actually for the start of 9/1 is the first day that they can talk to recruits on campus since school started or something like that. So it was like the recruit video for that. But I thought the first thing I thought was it was a hype video.
I saw minute 40. I assumed hype video, and then I watched it. Yeah, no, that's a recruiting video for sure.
Yes.
So it's always 2 days before the game.
The path is not for everyone. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and now they have they have a series on LSU Gold called The Path that you can pay money to see their content now.
Yeah, fuck off. How about
that?
I pay $6,000 a semester to go to school there. And
I know you think his students can at least get an LSU Gold account.
Don't get me started on LSU making me pay more money for more bullshit.
Yeah,
I already pay more than enough money.
How about you get? Here's the deal: you get good parking. I'll pay $100 a year for LSU Gold.
You mean me? You mean I get good parking? Because parking fucking sucks.
It's everybody.
People are stealing the parking spots for the residents now.
Hey, bro, I was there. I just recently got out.
LSU Southern. You got any thoughts about tailgating? I know we're a week away, but I'm just thinking about tailgating on campus for that game. I'm already looking ahead to it a little bit.
I'm like a tweet.
I'm like pre-blackout drunk. Like
exactly. That's where I was getting at.
Yes. I was thinking about that, but I'm also thinking about like the entire town of Baton Rouge is going to be there. Yeah. Like it's going to be wild.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a weird scene.
It's a little different. It's going to be a little different.
I'm sharing
not your mom and dad's tailgate.
No. I'm sharing this really quick.
Yes, that was a great tweet. Actually, right after you tweeted that, Jack, I got a text in a text group, and it was that exact same screenshot.
Oh, really?
And somebody ripped it from our Twitter, screenshotted it, and sent it to the text, and I said, "Credit us."
I posted it on my story the second I saw it. I was like, that is great.
Yeah, no, whoever posted
that is exactly how I feel.
That was elite.
Yes, that was very good. Okay, any other games you're thinking about this weekend? I know we have our eye on Sunday night, but Saturday. Oh, Tennessee's up 10-0, by the way.
Tennessee's playing right now? I don't see it.
Yep, Tennessee's up 10-0. Pitt is got the ball, but they're on their own 3. So West Virginia is playing tough. There it is. 7 minutes in, playing tough. Yeah. Any other games you're thinking about?
That game's going well. I'll share my my Super Will Mega Max picks.
Sure.
So we go on units here, and so my 5 unit pick is Kentucky -16.
It's a weird. It's a weird line, huh?
It's a weird line, which is why I only put 5 units on it. Just don't quite understand why it's that number.
Yeah.
So I didn't, go all out for it, but I do still like it, so I'm putting it on my card. Ohio State -17. I have it 15 units.
Yeah.
I just love that pick because
I
I
do
just
too.
my
I have it at 17.5, and I didn't even buy the hook.
yeah, I don't even give a shit. You could put it at 18. I'll still take it.
Mhm.
The reason I like it is because you just know. This is what I said on the Super Bowl Mega Max Football X show. You just know that people are trying to bet that down. The casuals are definitely betting Notre Dame there.
I heard Mincy was talking about it. Mincy pulled up. It was, I think, 80% public money on Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that huge Notre Dame
public there.
alumni or fan base that's like pouring money into that, and it's just
Hey,
messing with
it
that
might
line.
not even be that, dude. I think it's just like casuals are looking at that
Mhm.
game and they're saying like, okay, this is a top 5 team.
Yeah, number
Give
5.
15
Yeah,
points, I'll take it.
right.
And one, it's in the shoe.
Mhm.
Love that for Ohio State. They rarely get they rarely lose at home.
Except last year against Oregon.
Yeah, that was weird. That was
I didn't
weird.
mean to shit on your bet, but go ahead.
Speaking of Oregon and Georgia,
Better now, right?
What's that?
I do think CJ Stroud's significantly better now than he was that week.
I would think so. Also,
Heisman now, that week I didn't know if he was even going to make it to next week.
yeah, that was tough. That was a tough game for him. I remember. Speaking of CJ Stroud, did you hear what he just did? He gave every single player on the team a $500 gift card to Express to go buy their suits for the game.
This is NIL.
Every single fucking player, $500 on the team.
I love it.
gotta love it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and all of his
my
teammates
quarterback.
love that. I know they're all like, "Yeah,
That's my fucking quarterback."
He's like, "I want y'all getting fresh." Okay, so yeah, Oregon in the Georgia Dome against Georgia.
In Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
I call it the Georgia Dome. I'm always going to call it the Georgia Dome. 17 points, Georgia. At first, I was thinking Oregon, and then I just went hard on Georgia. I have a parlay that's going to win me like $1,000 if I win a couple of these games.
Yeah, that's not a game. That's not a game I feel like playing. Ohio State, I feel good with the -17. Georgia -17.
I just don't think that.
That'd be a lot of scoring in that game. Is the only thing.
All right, so here's where I'm coming from. Obviously Georgia's got a great defense.
Kirby Smart will not let them slip up.
Yes, and then also Oregon's got Bo Nix.
Yeah, no, I know.
Does he throw a pick six?
Starter?
Does he throw a pick six? Is he? Yeah, Bo Nix is starting. I think I saw that earlier.
Yeah, it's a good chance to see Bo Nix against Georgia's defense.
Yeah. The I guess the negatives about the pick would be Dan Lanning's the head coach at Oregon. He was the defensive coordinator at Georgia last year. Like, there's all these like ties to this game that's super weird.
This is now the Smart tree.
Yeah, does Smart lose to his assistant? Like, Saban's never really lost to his assistant except until last year.
If he beats Dan Lanning, he's on Saban status, right?
Say that again.
So if he beats his assistants, now he's on Saban status. Is that correct?
Well, Dan Lanning's a Saban guy. He was an analyst, though. He was an analyst under Saban.
That's
true. That's true.
In my opinion, he's a smart guy.
Then he boosted over to Georgia with Kirby, I think, if I remember correctly.
Do they know how to like run an offense that's going to move the ball against Georgia because Dan Lanning's the head coach at Oregon?
Will Georgia run a completely different defense? Will they have different calls and different bases?
Probably not. They just got so many athletes, man. Like, so that was my other thing. Is like so that's my thing. Is does Oregon score 10 points? And if they don't score 10 points, then this covers. Like, it's.
I feel like they score. I feel like they could definitely score like a backdoor 20. There's no doubt.
I was about to say
20.
Oregon's probably going to have 20 to 25.
Bo Nix has scored 21 points with Auburn, and it was backdoor bullshit.
I was about to say Oregon's going to have 21 hard. If I'd bet, I'd say Oregon's scoring
Auburn
21.
fans talk all the time about how they were the closest team to beating 2019 LSU, and it's because of some backdoor bullshit.
Oh, for sure.
You remember that?
Yeah,
like
for
30
sure.
seconds left, he scored a touchdown. That's what he does. He loves backdoor. That's what he does. It's how he lives.
He scores 2 touchdowns in the game.
Bo Nix.
Oh,
yeah.
How he lives.
You were saying 2011 Oregon, and I was like, "Who's he?" So I didn't know that you were still talking about Bo Nix. Okay.
I said,
he's been there long enough.
Oh, you're saying 2019. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's what he was saying.
All right. I thought you were saying 2011 Oregon backdoored LSU. Okay.
That did also happen, but
it did. It was. I think I got fucked on that bet in 2011.
Yeah.
That's because you were betting on a Jarrett Lee led LSU team.
Yes.
What did you?
We were up. We were up by a lot. Okay. So, any other games? I know there's some other big games. I agree with you on Ohio State.
Cincinnati, Arkansas.
It's a great game.
That's a great
start
game.
the season at Arkansas.
I'd take the over on that. I don't know why. I just would. I feel like Arkansas is going to score a lot.
I could definitely see the over hitting there. I don't hate the overplay at all.
I wouldn't bet a lot on it, but I'd bet the over.
That I like.
Cincinnati's got a good defense. Well, they used to. They had it last year. I mean, they lost.
Here's one game. Like, I feel like I know the play, but I just don't like it. The Utah at Florida.
Yeah, that's tough.
What the fuck is that?
I don't think Florida is Florida yet. Like, I think.
I agree, but at the same time, there's year it's going to be a really tough team to bet just because Anthony Richardson is just
for sure. Yeah,
I think Florida scheduled that. What did they schedule it 5 or 6 years ago?
That was probably Urban Meyer scheduled that because he was a Utah head coach, and then he probably scheduled that when he was the head coach at Florida, for the Utah stuff. But I don't trust Florida at all this year, and I think that LSU and Florida were on the same path
Florida has less talent
when they let their coaches go, and I think LSU just did a way better job of getting guys in place quicker than Florida did, and I just don't think Florida has the talent yet. But I also it's hard for me to believe a Pac-12 team is going to come in and bully an SEC team like Florida too. So it's a little weird. I agree.
That Utah team's good.
They are, but going into the swamp. I mean, if they beat Florida, and Florida may not be who they usually are, but if they go in and beat Florida at the swamp in primetime, that's a great win.
Dude, does that game for me that it just smells like an overtime game?
Like 17-17.
The thing is I don't see anybody. I don't see a lot of good Florida defenders right now. What I've been seeing and reading is Florida's defense isn't as touted as it usually is.
We remember just a couple years ago they had the worst recruiting, or maybe it was this year. They had the worst recruiting class in the SEC.
Yeah.
So,
they were literally worse than Vanderbilt at one point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't think they did a quick enough job of getting that program back in place. And I think maybe a year or two, they'll be back, but I just don't think they're there right now.
Do you think they're going to get rid of Billy Napier by then?
No.
I heard something saying that people Billy Napier might be the most hated coach before ever playing a game in the history of college football.
Really? For
Brian Kelly?
Are you talking about by their own fan base?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, that's a little bit different.
Yeah, no, Florida fans are. I mean, I've seen it.
They're really not on board.
I've seen it. People wanted him to go. People wanted to fire him a month ago.
Yeah, literally. There were people calling to fire him.
All right, here's your Fred's scoreboard update. Fred's been a great bar institution since 1982. Tennessee, 17-0 Tennessee. Oh, yeah. So. Let's go, baby. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. I have -24 first half line as well.
So they've got to score one more time.
24 first half line and then 35 full game.
Yeah, you like betting those first halves and I don't love.
Wait till that Alabama first half comes out, my friend.
Mhm.
You better put the 401k down on that one.
What was it? Didn't I tell y'all that like an LSU Alabama over hadn't hit before 2019 and hasn't hit since 2019?
Really?
Really?
I don't think so.
That's better now, huh? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think so. I'm saying if it's a big over, you're gonna want to slam it under.
I wouldn't mind it. Well, it's usually because we get shut out.
Yeah, true. But I mean, last year we kept it pretty close.
Yeah, we did.
Just Max Johnson can't read
Still
a
one of the
defense
weirdest
well.
things I've ever watched.
All right, Pitt's down to the West Virginia 29, third
Kelvin
and 8.
Slovis, baby.
Big
That
third
big
and 8
ass
right
C.
here.
Slovis looks good.
He said, didn't he say fuck West Virginia?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Slovis did?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
Oh, you didn't see that? That was awesome.
It was like they're like one of their pep rallies or something, and they were like, oh, and he goes, oh yeah, fuck West Virginia, and like the whole team did it. Like these two teams hate each other, so that's another thing that I was thinking was like this is a big rivalry. Like,
yeah. Well, so when we were talking about conference realignment, I wanted to bring it up, but I had read a Reddit post by somebody who's a West Virginia fan. They were talking about the fact that like, yeah, like we moved to the Big 12 and we got a shit ton of money, but I fucking missed the backyard brawl. I miss playing Penn State. I miss playing Syracuse. And I was like, damn. Because so when they had realigned in like 04 with the Big East, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had stopped playing Penn State. And he was just like, I miss playing Penn State at home. He goes, going to a Penn State game when you're a West Virginia fan, even. I was like,
yeah,
fair point.
Pitt's the same way. So it's weird to have Pitt and
Pitt plays Penn State every year, huh?
Yeah. No. What?
No, they don't. And it's weird that Pitt, Penn State, and West Virginia are all in 3 different conferences. That's strange. They're right next to each other.
Yeah.
All right, so
Premier League coming soon.
Wait, who's Pitt's like end of year rival that they play?
Pitt, I don't know if they have.
They do an ACC one?
No, it used to be Pitt, West Virginia. There is nothing else now. All right. So, any other keys that you're looking for? This is our courtesy automotive group keys to the game. Any other keys for LSU, Florida State that you're thinking about?
I mean, there's so many question marks. So it's like a lot of the keys are just like, is this group going to play well? Corner, offensive line, basically. But other than that, I think like something we haven't even discussed once is like, what is the running back group going to look like without John Emery? Because you have obviously like Noah and Armani Goodwin I like them. They're talented.
They're both different backs too, though. That's what I like about them a little bit.
They're both coming off of injuries. Neither of them has been able to. I mean, obviously Goodwin's only had 1 year, but neither have been able to like go a full season without getting injured.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, in terms of a 1 game kind of deal, I feel like they can probably last to the end of the game. But
I think they're going to be fine.
I don't know.
Too. I also am interested to see how they even use the running backs. I think they're going to use the running backs different than what we're probably even used to here. Like a lot of guys out of the backfield.
And when you have,
that's what I was about to say.
Too, it's like it almost doesn't matter.
Yeah, and also like a lot of I could see a lot of Armani Goodwin out in the flat and like a swing pass. I've been seeing those over and over and over in their practices and stuff. But like, a lot of those counter plays with the quarterback run with the counter play, and then you got a back sprinkling out of the backfield, stuff like that. That I just think they're so creative. It's almost like an extension of the run.
A lot of that H-back usage too.
Yeah,
I was about to say. I think we're gonna have
like
H-back.
You like a Mashburn or a
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Or a Mason Taylor kind of role.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna pop out into the flat.
I think Jack Besh would do so good.
I do too. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, I know we moved him to wide receiver, but can he still be that hybrid guy in the slot?
That was what he was best at.
Doing both. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, it's just like, I don't know Mason Taylor's at all, but like
he's at a great camp.
Yeah, sure, but I mean, we've never seen him play, so I can't really speculate. But
you got so many fucking wide receivers. You have so many wide receivers. Why couldn't you move
and
a
then,
guy like Jack into a different kind of role?
Yeah, Besh ends up being like possibly like as low as 5th on the depth chart at wide receiver, like we were talking about earlier.
I think he's third.
He might be. I mean, I could see him being as low as 5. Though.
I see.
No, I agree with you. I understand what you're saying, but I think he's third. But the thing is, you have 2 other guys right behind him. Why don't you just move him into a different role and move some of these other guys in? I mean, you're so deep there.
I just think it's a predictability thing, though. If you line up Jack at H-back, people are going to know what he's going to be doing. You know what I mean?
Well, now, but if last year you wouldn't have. I mean,
that's true. But if you're moving him back to H-back, it just becomes a predictability issue.
Well, it's also a predictability issue if you have Mashburn at the H-back position. You know that he's blocking.
Dude, I just want to see.
He's got great hands. He's got great hands.
Like without the quarterback side of it.
Say that again, Jack.
I want to see Jack Besh have the Taysom Hill role without the quarterback part. Obviously.
I agree.
I think just like that super multiple, put him anywhere. He can pretty much do anything kind of guy.
I like that. I like that role
too.
Yeah, I think he could be. I think he could be like a. Honestly, like
a football player. I just want him to go out there, just have him be that's his position. He's a football player.
Fucking football.
Exactly.
We need to do that. That'd be a shirt. That's gonna shirt idea. Jack Besh, football player.
Well, now that receiver, so
yeah.
He'd do it for us. We'll see. I doubt it. Okay, so all right, Mikey, I think would be somewhat similar. I want to see us be able to figure out how to run the ball. Like if we can run the ball consistently, I think it's game over. But also, I'm interested to see. I almost automatically assume that we're going to put pressure on Jordan Travis pretty much all game, and I don't see them able to block him. Mm-hmm. And I want to see if is he able to break contain, and if he is, what do we do? Like I want to see if he gets out of the pocket and starts running, are guys filling those gaps the way they need to? Because I think that was a lot of our problems last year. Was guys got out of position and we were fucked.
Yeah.
No, are they going to stay in position? And also, are the defensive backs going to stay with their guys? Because is there a guy that's going to pop open free down the field like we've been seeing the last 2 years? Those are the things that I need to see cleared up to know that, okay, we have a legit defense now.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think a big thing. I love your point about linebackers and just staying contained.
I mean, you're missing the wrong hole. I mean, we were actually seeing that even in 2019. If you think about Plumlee at Ole Miss,
running.
How many fucking missed assignments did we have? I know it was I think Delpit was hurt that game, and he was filling the wrong holes. And stuff.
Also Jacob Phillips too.
But those things were even happening then. It was just undisciplined a little bit, and we were just good enough to overcome it. But
Ole Miss was after Alabama.
Right. Score. Yeah, it was the week after.
Yeah,
after. So I think what happened there was we had 5 or 6 guys who were playing hurt or
banged up.
They weren't playing, and we had a couple backups playing, and they just weren't playing right.
Well, it wasn't even that though, because Delpit played the whole game. He was just I remember a couple times he needed to cut. If he would have made a hard cut on his bad leg, he makes a tackle, but his leg wasn't good enough, so he just didn't make the cut, quit on the play.
Yeah.
You can go back and watch it. Delpit played the whole game.
And then going back to the video that we were talking about, the 247 video about, I think he was chopping up that fucking Kentucky game. That Kentucky game last year, they were gashing us, and it was because we had every fucking linebacker in the wrong hole.
Every single time he said this linebacker. Right,
he should have went here. He should have went here. And it was Damone Clark every time.
No. Every single time in Baskerville.
Baskerville? Oh my god.
Baskerville every time. Yeah. Damone didn't play great, but he didn't play bad. Baskerville just shit the bed.
Yeah.
That's tough because I mean he's a guy. That's another reason why he's not even in the starting, linebacker line right now. It's hard to believe because he's been here forever. But
it's 2 linebackers, right? That's where we're kind of going with
2, and then you got a jack.
2 and a jack.
It's like an outside linebacker, like Ojolari.
But and then our base defense is dime.
Ojolari's a defensive end. He's just a little,
We're playing a dime back, right?
You were the 2 linebackers. Sorry.
Mike Jones Jr. and then Greg Penn.
Greg Penn.
And that's right.
Greg Penn's going to be a monster.
And like I feel like
huge.
Baskerville's still probably on the field. Like,
for sure. I think he's in a rotation along with yeah, but there's another.
I don't think he
other
could take
guys.
Jones off. I don't think he could take Jones off the field.
I think Small's still going to play a little bit.
Yeah,
Jared
I love Jared Small. I love that dude.
I haven't heard anything from him like coming back from this ACL. Like,
oh yeah,
he's been cleared. I know that.
I know he's been cleared, but
yeah, I don't know if he's.
I haven't heard anything about him. Is the only thing. So like,
yeah, I think it's more of a regime thing because I think Ogeron loved those kind of guys. You know what I mean?
I mean, dude, Jared.
I don't know.
Good. Jared is actually one of my friends in high school, but yeah, I love Jared, but
it's weird seeing a guy like Jared Small as a walk-on, and then seeing like on the other side of the ball, you see Josh Williams still there as a running back. It's weird seeing these walk-ons, having like big roles. It's just it makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't know about y'all.
I understand that, but at this point, like these guys have been on the team this long.
Yeah, for sure.
And if they're not starters, like I'm good.
Well, so like personally, I know
better in depth at this point.
Yeah,
and that's all they are. Like I'm more than okay with that. Like
yeah,
that makes me feel comfortable.
Personally, I know Mashburn was severely under-recruited, like severely. He was probably the best athlete in the state of Louisiana when he graduated, and he maybe had 1 or 2 Division I FBS offers.
No, I like Mashburn. I mean, remember the game he had against Florida, dude? I mean, he was just smashing defensive ends on those.
Mashburn.
He was an athlete in high school. He played running back, wide receiver, and quarterback. He didn't even play tight end. He didn't play linebacker. He didn't play any of that. He was purely an offensive athlete. And he won the St. Tammany's Offensive Player of the Month like 4 or 5 weeks in a row.
That's prestigious.
Offensive Player of the Week. Oh, shut up. This was when Lakeshore had their like big ass run though. With Lakeshore, they had like 2 or 3 years of them just going like undefeated and making it all the way up to like Edna Carr in the semifinals and shit. Mm-hmm. So like that was pretty big for Jack. So I know he's like he deserves it.
Yeah, for sure. No, I like Jack Mashburn for sure. He'll probably be the starting tight end, like first depth release.
I honestly, I think the guy that you're going to see on the field, even the first snap, is going to be Mason Taylor.
Mason Taylor, Cole Taylor.
Mason Taylor.
Thanks.
They're all over that guy. They're just, I mean,
I think it's going to be Mashburn game 1, and then I think I could definitely see Mason Taylor, beating him out at some point, but I doubt they go freshman game 1, huh?
I think that Kelly likes a guy that can do every single thing, and not just a blocker, not just a pass catcher. I think he likes complete prototypical tight end roles, and I think that's why they like this guy so much. And I think he's just a freak because he's fucking Jason Taylor's son. So.
That dude's got good genes. Gifted. He's genetically gifted.
Also, Jason Taylor married Zach Thomas's wife. I mean, Zach Thomas's sister, not wife.
Oh, Zach Thomas, like the Hall of Fame,
the linebacker. His sister married Jason Taylor, and then they produced Mason Taylor. So he's got like some fucking genes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. He's like the football version of Ronnie Coleman. He's just genetic.
Yeah, right. Okay, so
cool. I'm down with it then.
I'm looking. Go ahead.
About running the ball. I mean, yeah. If we are able to establish the run, it's over. Like I know I said 27-23. If we establish the run and we're just pounding down their throats,
pounding down your throats. That's the thing.
I don't think that's how we're going to do it.
No. Okay. What I'm saying is, like, if we're able to just run the ball straight,
move the ball consistently 4 to 5 yards a carry.
It's 5 yards every time. Yeah. This game, we're winning by at least 3 touchdowns, no doubt.
That's every game plan is if getting 5 yards a run. I think 3 yards on a run is where you're going to want to sit for an offensive game plan. If you're getting 3 yards every time, that's a good game plan.
Like, these receivers are so sick that
yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see a
one-on-one. It's over.
I want to see second and 5s and 3rd and shorts. Like pretty much all game, because I think that's going to make it to where, okay, these guys are going to have to play up closer to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to burn some guys either with a quick run from Daniels on the outside or a wide receiver one-on-one. And that's why I'm also saying I think Neighbors is going to get one-on-ones like crazy this year. And I think him on a one-on-one, I think that he's burning
everybody for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
With our wide receivers, you're going to want to have them stack the box and then just create mismatches across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Offensively, with a game plan like that, that's how you win games.
And I think Booty, I'm watching like 2019 tape again, and I'm just like watching the way Jamar Chase moves, catches the ball so like fluidly. Mm-hmm. It reminds me, I just start thinking about, okay, I think this is what Booty's going to do this year. He's just going to like be able to catch anything in sight.
Yeah.
And get so much like space on guys. What are you laughing at?
Well, he doesn't have Joe Burrow throwing the ball.
No, he doesn't. Just put it over
Daniels
there instead of like right here. Put it over there instead of right here.
I mean, I think Kayshawn is maybe not just as talented as Jamar Chase, but like, you know, he's in that, like, he's on that level.
As a senior, was he a senior this year?
Junior.
As a junior compared to Jamar Chase as a junior. Similar.
Sophomore, but
so junior and sophomore, they're similar.
No, I mean, I think Kayshawn is like just as like he's in that same conversation with, Chase and Justin Jefferson.
I think he's bigger.
Technically, Kayshawn still has like 4 years of eligibility because didn't he get a medical red shirt last year?
I don't know. You're right. Yeah, if he wanted to,
he was a true freshman in COVID.
Yeah,
he'd get a medical red shirt for last year.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
But he's not going to fucking stay.
Or maybe
but just theoretically, he could still stay another like 4 years.
If we redshirt him this year, we can have him until like 2026. So.
Yeah.
I'm for that.
Yeah, but then
make this a rebuild.
Then you have a Miles dilemma.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then he's wearing flip flops on boys.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I have a feeling Kayshawn's not a fishing guy though.
He's not gonna have 20 touchdowns. That's all.
No, and wait, you're saying Kayshawn's not gonna have 20 touchdowns?
No.
Right. And I actually said that I actually think Neighbors may end up with more touchdowns than Booty does.
Yeah. I could see it. It's just this receiving core is so loaded. It's like
there's only so many balls to go around.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she said.
Yeah. I could see a situation where like 4 guys end up with like 8+ touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I think you only see one guy with double digits and everybody else is maybe close.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that for sure.
I could see like Besh has 3 or 4,
and like Neighbors, Besh, Jure, like maybe Brian Thomas is in the mix here. Yeah. Like all finish with like 7, 8.
Here's my hot take on that. I think Kayshawn gets 12, right? I think Kayshawn has 12. I think Malik has 8. Jack has 6. And then like Jure has 4, and everybody else kind of sits around 2 to 3.
Talking about a lot of touchdowns, guys.
Yeah. I know. I think this is a high-powered offense.
You're getting close to the 40 number right there.
Charlie's is probably a little bit more realistic than mine, but obviously there could be multiple quarterbacks playing in different games, but like let's just for conversation's sake say Jaden Daniels is the guy and he's the guy all year.
Yeah.
Could definitely see him scoring 35 touchdowns just passing,
mm-hmm.
and then tacking on another 10 running.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be
definitely him having a year like that.
All right, I need another Fred scoreboard update.
That just completely deprives the running backs.
Fred scoreboard update. We have West Virginia 7, Pitt 3. Second quarter, West Virginia doing their job. Backyard brawl. Tennessee 24. Ball State 0. So I'm already covering my first half. Looking good. I got some money and ego riding on that West Virginia bet.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a hot take. I think Georgia's gonna hate letting JT Daniels go.
Oh, see, I'm a big JT Daniels believer this year. I think that I think West Virginia is maybe gonna be a little bit better than people think because of him. Yeah.
I think offensively West Virginia is a top 10 team. obviously defensively, I have no idea because I don't really pay attention to West Virginia. But I think Stetson's going to do something really like he's going to have a
Stutson, you
lot
mean?
of. Hey, my bad, Studson.
Studson Bennett.
I think.
Have you seen Stetson Bennett's transformation?
Yeah, I was like, I think this new frat boy, like
gold chain,
and waves or whatever the hell he's got going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to distract a little bit. I think he's gonna mess up in the Auburn game, and I think they're going to drop it.
I think it's going to give him an edge. I think it's going to give him a little bit of an edge because, like, that's the only thing he was missing. I always felt like he was just like boring quarterback, like
a law firm kid.
I feel like this whole little attitude thing he's doing right now. I'm not a Georgia fan or anything like that, but
all of a sudden he's like Marshall Henderson.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It's just like he's got like an edge to him now, and I'm like, damn, is he like kind of a good quarterback now? Even though like he hasn't done anything on the field different.
He becomes one of those quarterbacks where Matt goes, "Wait, I didn't realize he was black."
Yeah, that's that guy. There's always that fucking guy. It's like, oh my god, that guy's a black guy.
Shit, Stetson's black.
Stetson Bennett's black. Stetson Bennett the third.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think he'll probably throw the ball with a lot more confidence this year. Which is or any quarterback is good. Hopefully, it's just not overconfidence.
All right, so I had a good fantasy draft I thought last night, and I had a couple of like picks late that I was probably trying to be too like cute with things. I got Treylon Burks.
I got
later in the draft. I don't think anybody was really looking at him.
Him and George Pickens.
I got George Pickens too. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I think I got enough rookie wide receivers now. Yeah. My steal of my draft. My steal of my draft that I feel like I was the smartest person in the room when I did this. Everybody's picking their kickers. I go down the list. I grab Will Lutz. Just sitting there,
great pick,
nice and pretty. Nobody's even thinking about him. I'm like, yeah, I got the best kicker in the fucking league.
Steal of the draft is never a kicker. It's never how it works. I'm sorry, but 16th round, I got Tom Brady. So, that's a steal.
My buddy was telling me he was playing with this in his frat league, and he was, they were all drafting. And they have a guy who's never played, like that doesn't pay attention to football, whatever. They get to like round 2. Picks Patrick Mahomes, round 3 picks Josh Allen. Everybody's like, "Hey, fucking dickhead, what are you doing?" And he was just like, "Somebody's gonna want to trade."
I think I got the two. I think I got the two best quarterbacks in the draft. I got Josh Allen and I got Jameis Winston late.
That's a great draft.
No, Jameis had Lacey guys a couple years ago.
Yeah, I know. Lacey Jameis is no fucking joke.
Yeah.
They were messing with me because they thought that I had a terrible draft because my running backs, I had Dalvin Cook. I have Ezekiel Elliott, who they were busting on me about Zeke, and Miles Sanders. They were busting on me about Miles Sanders.
Well, when did you take Zeke?
Yeah,
it wasn't like early or anything. It was like
because he can't go earlier than third.
Because I got wide receivers. I got Tyreek Hill. I got Michael Thomas, and I got can't remember the other guy I got. So yeah, I thought it was a good draft for doing absolutely no research. I think
everything you're telling me sounds pretty decent.
Yeah,
look, my steal of a draft is always Keenan Allen as a flex.
I agree. I've had him the last couple of years. He's great.
You get him like 10th round, throw him in as your flex week to week. You're never going to be disappointed. I'm not in any fantasy leagues. I stopped. I was like, I'm not going to be the fucking commissioner anymore, and I was already the commissioner, like 2 or 3 of them.
In the commissioner,
and I got kicked out of my other ones. I got kicked out of my other ones for winning too much.
It's a thankless job for sure.
I know. Yeah. My buddy's like, "Hey, do you want to be the commissioner again?" I was like,
"Not a bit."
All right, so we got to talk about Boca Brothers cigars, guys. I'm bringing some cigars to NOLA. Will's got some in his bag as well. BocockBrothers.com. These are LSU grads, guys, so go check them out. Habano, Connecticut, and Maduro selections. You can check them out on the website. And then cigar rolling events is something new that they have. So you can actually book them for a cigar rolling event. Also, they have some golf gear online. They've been out of stock on a lot of stuff, so check them out at Boca Brothers Cigars. Also, Courtesy Automotive Group. Check out Brandon Lejean at Courtesy Automotive Group. LafayetteCourtesy.com. He hooked me up with my Jeep. Love Brandon. Talk to him about some LSU basketball. He's still all about it right now. So, all right, I think we'll wrap it up. I gotta go.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
I didn't think much of it when I got Antonio Gibson, like 6th or 7th round, and then someone shot Brian Robinson, and so now it turns out
internally you were giddy.
Oh, let me tell you a story.
I wasn't happy that someone shot him.
You were just like, well,
so
that isn't good, and it does happen to very popular.
We had somebody in our league draft Brian Robinson, and right after he did it, he actually messaged in the group and he said, "Yes, I know he's shot." Yes, I know he was shot.
I think right when it happened, someone messaged in our league, and he was they like sent a screenshot of like the report or whatever, and they were like, "This was such a bad pick." Like,
did y'all see what Shefty said about it?
What?
So Shefty actually, obviously the king of bad tweets.
Yeah.
He did not have a bad tweet about it.
Brian Robinson, who failed to catch on with Washington.
He just got drafted. But he basically he's slowly trying to dig himself out of the grave of being the king of bad tweets about football.
No pun intended, by the way.
Bro, I mean, that Dwayne Haskins tweet was
bad.
That was horrendous.
That was really bad.
That was like, right. What was he thinking?
And so he reported it. He reported it, and he didn't say anything about football. And then he continued it and said, "Though we report on football, head coach Ron Rivera does not know any timetable, but he does know that Brian Robinson is okay and he's in good spirits, etc." I was like, "There you go, Shefty. Now you're fixing your shit."
He had to go to, no doubt he had some sort of HR training after that whole situation.
Right. He had to sit in
Shefty had to sit in a room for a week and basically
what to tweet.
Yeah. Toby's reading
what can I tweet?
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's wrap it up. Let's go sweat out these bets. All right, so finally, I have 27-10 LSU. Jack?
I'm going. I had.
You're changing it.
23. I'm going 30-23.
Whoa!
Wow!
All right.
31-23.
31-23. Okay, and you had 20.
Touchdown. Convert one.
I'm upping it again. I'm going 34-14 because 12 is a weird fucking number. 12 is
hey, real numbers. Love that.
34-13.
14, but yeah.
34-14. Wow. Okay. All right. I like it. Did I talk y'all into going up?
I just think, no, I saw the tweet about them having a better game plan than I thought, and I was just like, this is what I like. This is what I like to see.
I was teetering, and then I watched a couple more of that X's and Noles guy right before we came on here, and just some stuff. I just feel like the matchup.
You should message that guy. Say, hey, thank you for this breakdown. You just made me go up on my score prediction. Yeah. Y'all are gonna lose my worst.
I'm praying we play neck on Sunday.
Well, we'll definitely play neck. We'll play next Saturday because Southern will
play neck.
Yes, so it's gonna be fucking wild.
Jesus, dude, the tickets for that game are expensive too.
Yes, you better get them.
Fuck.
My family was asking, they're like, "What game should we come to?" I'm like, "Southern. Get them now. It's gonna be a great weekend."
Yeah,
it will.
Game. That's when I'm gonna need somebody to give me free tickets too, because I'm not paying $100 to go to Southern game.
I know.
I could try to get you a student ticket if you want it.
We'll figure it out. Okay. All right, let's wrap it up. Appreciate all of our sponsors and everybody listening. It has been One Team, One Podcast.
Logan out.